Formula One returns to Imola for what could be its final showdown at this iconic circuit. This isn't just another race, it's a potentially historic weekend. Pirelli is introducing a new tire compound, top teams are unveiling high-stakes upgrades, and the F1 CEO himself is floating the idea of dropping Imola from the calendar.
First practice at Imola, a legendary circuit with a history to match any on the F1 calendar, and the home of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in recent years.
The future of this classic venue is uncertain, and the stakes have never been higher. Imola, a track that carries the weight of history and emotion, could be waving goodbye. The irony? F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, who grew up just miles from the circuit, is the one signaling its possible departure.
Second practice at Imola, and it was again Oscar Piastri with the quickest lap of the session, timed at 1:15.293.
He's made it clear that maintaining two races in Italy may not be viable as the sport expands globally. The implications are massive, not just for fans, but for teams, drivers, and the sport's soul. Losing Imola would mean letting go of a track that helped shape F1's DNA. Let's talk about what's happening on track. The weather forecast shows a mix of dry and wet conditions. Friday and Saturday are expected to be clear, while Sunday brings a chance of rain. That's a nightmare, or a golden opportunity, depending on your team's flexibility. Drivers will lock in setups after FP3, so any team banking on dry data could be in for a surprise if the rain hits hard. It sets the stage for chaos, and in Formula One, chaos usually means drama. Weather has been a silent disruptor many times before. Think Spa, Hockenheim, or Brazil, and Imola could be next. Tire strategy is about to get even more unpredictable. Pirelli is launching the C6 compound, the softest tire they've ever made. It's designed to degrade quicker and force teams into at least 2 pit stops. According to motorsport boss Mario Isola, the goal is to make races more strategic and less processional. Teams will be walking a tightrope between grip and longevity. The smarter team, not necessarily the fastest, could win this weekend. Teams will have to adapt quickly, with no historical data on the new compound. Expect the unexpected when it comes to pit windows and undercuts.
The Thai driver was flirting with Imola's extremes, taking to both grass and gravel at times. He finished P8.
All eyes are on Red Bull. They're debuting a fresh aero package focused on improving underbody airflow. This should increase ground effect and give Max Verstappen a more stable and predictable platform. Imola's twisty, high downforce nature makes it a perfect test bed. Red Bull insiders say this is their most crucial upgrade of the year, possibly make or break. With McLaren surging, Red Bull knows they must respond immediately to stay in the title hunt. A strong showing here could set the tone for the rest of the European leg of the season. Ferrari, racing on home soil, is keeping things a little more grounded. Team boss Fred Vasseur confirmed new parts for the SF25, but emphasized that upgrades alone won't fix their issues. Instead, it's about refining balance and optimizing car setup. They believe Imola suits their car better than Miami, where tire wear exposed their weaknesses. A good result here could reignite belief, but it has to start now. The pressure is on not just from fans, but from within, as Ferrari's championship drought continues to loom large. Mercedes is also in the mix. They've been quietly improving and now see themselves as legitimate podium contenders. Toto Wolff said the European leg of the season is the ideal moment to strike. The W16 is more balanced and reliable than last year's car, and the team has a roadmap of upgrades scheduled across several races. Imola is step one, and a crucial one. The team knows they need to start winning races to reassert dominance. The paddock is watching closely to see if Mercedes can convert promise into podiums. Youngster Andrea Kimi Antonelli will also have the home crowd behind him. After a strong qualifying in Miami, he's got momentum and emotion on his side. Racing in front of Italian fans could give him that extra edge to break through and possibly pull off something special. It's a golden opportunity for the young driver to cement his place in the sport, and perhaps even make a case for a permanent seat next season. But the weekend isn't just about upgrades and rain. It could be Imola's swan song. Domenicali made it clear it's unlikely Italy can keep both Monza and Imola on the schedule. With Monza's contract locked in until 2031, Imola looks to be the odd one out. That's a gut punch for fans who remember how the circuit stepped up during the COVID crisis, hosting multiple races when the sport was in turmoil. Its potential removal feels like a betrayal of tradition in favor of commercial gain. F1's push for new markets, like Las Vegas, Qatar, and a potential second US race, means traditional venues are under pressure. Imola, despite its prestige, may simply not fit the future formula. Fans and drivers have voiced their support, but with billions on the line, sentiment only goes so far. The calendar is becoming a battlefield of business versus legacy, and Imola is caught in the crossfire. On the performance front, McLaren may be topping the charts, but there's tension bubbling beneath the surface. Oscar Piastri now leads teammate Lando Norris in total wins, 6-5. That stat matters, especially inside a team fighting for a title. The internal rivalry is heating up, and for Norris, the excuses are running out. He needs results now. Team harmony may be tested if their battle escalates, especially with championship points on the line. Meanwhile, McLaren faces allegations of using PCMs, phase-changing materials, to manage tire temperatures. If true, this could open a major debate on what's legal under current FIA regulations. The governing body may need to make tough decisions on what qualifies as innovation versus what crosses the line. If the investigation gains traction, it could have far-reaching consequences across the grid. And then there's the wild card, Franco Colapinto. The Argentine steps in for Jack Doohan on a 5-race deal with Alpine. Colapinto has shown brilliance in flashes, but also inconsistency. Alpine is gambling on his potential, but the margin for error is razor thin. Another mistake, and his F1 dream could slip away before it truly starts. However, if he delivers even one standout performance, it could change everything for his career. So what can we expect this weekend? Drama, for sure. Surprises? Almost certainly. This race could be the last time we see F1 cars tear through Imola's legendary corners. Or it could mark the beginning of a resurgence for one of the sport's most revered circuits. Either way, it's going to be emotional, intense, and unmissable. What do you think? Should Imola stay on the calendar? Who will come out on top this weekend? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, hit that next video to see our full breakdown of every team's upgrade heading into Imola.